The mid-engine Porsche 914 started a collaboration with Volkswagen to create a car young people could afford. Humble beginnings for sure, but the car still had Porsche DNA. It won its class in the 1970 24 Hours of Le Mans, and I won the very first IMSA championship driving one.
So yeah, welcome everyone back to the Porsche Anthology. We're going to be driving this 1970 Porsche 914/6, and it's a car I rather like. So yeah, let's get started. We're at Road America, 2 laps, and yeah, this is another one of those cars that I really have become to appreciate on the game after the Porsche expansion. And yeah, I'm glad they put it in, to be honest. Because personally I think it's one of the kind of cars that Porsche should be doing right nowadays. Mid-engined, lightweight, but affordable, and also practical and versatile as well, because it does have 2 boots and it can be a convertible. So yeah, Porsche nowadays seems to be concentrating more on cornering every corner of the luxury market than keeping their kind of past successes and making them modern, as far as I'm concerned. Because they could do stuff like this easily and make a great car out of it, but for whatever reason they just choose not to. Apparently making cheap, good cars isn't good enough for them anymore, like it used to be. Oh well, at least we can enjoy this on this game. Don't know why we're at Road America though, because even though it is a good car, it's not the fastest car in the world in a straight line, that's for sure. Bit of a bump and a grind. I think we'll finish the origin section of this anthology off, because we've only got this race, the next one in this car, and then we've got the 1982 Porsche 911 Turbo to go in. So I think we'll finish it off in this episode. Whee, all the way around. I still think this car looks absolutely stunning. It's easily one of their best looking cars, as far as I'm concerned. No idea how I'm catching up though, because we're all driving the same car. Oopsie daisy. That wasn't really fair of me, best rewind. Oh dear. Try again. There we go. That's why I wish it would let you choose when to stop rewinding rather than picking a point for you. I could have rewound it the first time all the way to that point, instead of it deciding for me. One of the other things I wish they'd do on this game is let you choose whether or not you wanted your convertible to have the roof up or down. I think that'd give it some nice variety. But we're in 3rd anyway, so yeah, we've secured a win for the next race. Though I would like to be 1st, and I'm certainly going to try and be. Yeah, like I said, it's not the fastest car in the world, so God knows why they put us on the track with so many straights. Not just small ones either, they are quite long. It's quite a long track in general, to be honest. Come on, speed. Draft the fellow competition. I do like doing this kind of stock car driving though. Certainly puts it down more to skill than power or handling that you have over the other people. Well, me and skill is saying isn't really something that's compatible, to be honest. Right, let's go in car view to see what it's like to drive around fast in this thing. From the interior. Pretty basic as you can see, but it's a turn of the decade 70s car. And again, that's probably one reason why it's so goddamn light. For a car that's like 40 odd years old, it's still a cracking handling car. And it isn't really as slow as you'd expect for something that doesn't have all that much power at all. I think it's only got like 125, something like that. Certainly not going to be up above 150. Ooh, still get it wrong though. No, I'm gonna block you because I'm mean. Because I was an idiot and crashed, nearly. There we go, just about won. Nearly failed on the last corner though. So yeah, good car, though poor choice of track, though as far as I'm concerned. And then we go, more Mars that I'm not really bothered about. And we're at Laguna Seca, a much better track for this kind of car. Not as many straights and plenty of corners. So yeah, see you when we get there.
That was kind of like the giant killer. That was a small displacement engine. It kind of looked funny, very boxy, and we were competing against Corvettes and Camaros and Mustangs, and we would always qualify way back, but by the midway point of the race, we were on their tails, and then we would just wear them down and win the race.
So yeah, we're at Laguna Seca, so let's start. As the guy was explaining, they were going up against cars with much more power and much more speed, and yet they were still keeping up because these cars are light and they handle really rather well. And this is a much better track to be on for this car, that's for sure. 3 laps as well. Daisy. Hit the dirt a bit there, it's nearly spun me out. Oh dear. This car does have a bit of understeer on it. Daisy. Oi, watch out. I know I hit you, but I didn't mean to. God damn it. See, this is what I mean about driver tires. Why was he braking so heavily on that corner? You can carry a lot of speed in that corner and you're certainly not going to be going fast enough to brake that hard. yeah, there's a few big improvements I hope they make for the next game. Chiefly among which is the driver tours, the rewind system, and the kind of things you can do with your car. Or even, you know, like different choices of models and stuff like that, or being able to remove your roof if you want to, if you're in a convertible. Just that kind of variety would give it a lot more of a varied edge to it that I think this game could do with. Plus obviously the normal kind of more tracks, more cars, more varied weather systems that aren't set to one kind of thing like rain or night. It slowly goes from day to night or night to day and dry to wet, wet to dry, you know what I mean. That's the kind of thing that I hope to see in the next game. Be it Forza Horizon 3 or, well, Forza Horizon 3 did have that, Forza Horizon 2 did have that already. Day and night cycles, etc. So yeah. Hopefully Forza 7 or whatever other game they're going to come out with has that, and someone's crashed. Because a day and night cycle in a track race like this would be brilliant, quite frankly. I know there are other games out there that do that, but they don't quite have the graphical quality of this game. So yeah, day and night cycle with these kind of graphics would be brilliant, quite frankly. First place is quite far ahead. Hopefully I'll catch up if I don't crash like this. A varied amount of colours in these cars in this race. Right, coming to the final lap, and first place isn't all that far ahead, so we should be able to do this. I do like driving these kind of cars, or the slower kind that still handle really rather well. Makes for some fun racing. Hope you've been enjoying all the videos lately as well. I certainly have been enjoying making them, especially with that Maguire's car pack. That was a solid car pack with 5 cars that I really love, and 2 decent races as well for people that like that kind of thing. And I will never hate on the fact that they do put racing cars like that in the game, because it's all about variety, and as long as they can please as many people as possible, then I'm happy to have at least a couple there that might not be for me, but can be for everyone else as well. And then technically you could say that the Alfa Romeo is a racing car as well, even though it's from the 30s. So technically 3 races, and I even like one of them. I would like more cars from the likes of the 30s, 40s and 50s though. Even though we do have the most in any Forza Motorsport game ever from those kind of decades, I still feel there's more to be had from those decades. Especially after seeing a recent concourse auction sale. 30 odd cars sold for more than $80 million, and there were so many beauties in there I had never heard of before. I'd love to try out, even if it's on a game. And we've got a more convincing win this time. No off at the last corner, like Road America. And there we go. I predict these races will get a bit more challenging as soon as we get in faster cars. Talking of which, we've got to be in the 911 Turbo from the 80s for the next race. Done that.
You've completed all races for the 914-6.
Yep, certainly have. Right. We're going to be in the 1982 Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3 litre, so we're at Road Atlanta for 3 laps, so see you when we get there.
To build one of the fastest road cars of the time, Porsche used turbocharging technology inspired by the 917 Can-Am race car for their new engine. The 911 Turbo 3.3 was built for putting down power, with massive rear tyres and an iconic whale tail that provided cooling and downforce. And my goodness, you had to be very cautious as you put that power down.
So yeah, let's start this race. So this is a far faster car than we've been in with previous vehicles on this Anthology. Though obviously the 718 wasn't exactly slow. This is far better in terms of ordinary speed in an ordinary car. But yeah, that 718 was a race car. It's by no means a road car. We're against other cars that from the same era as well, 80s cars. I think there's a Porsche 944 up front. We've got some from the 90s as well. Nice varied field. Hello fellow Porsche. Surprised that Merc up front ain't flying around these corners. It is a great handling car after all. That's another thing we need in this game, more old Mercs. I know we recently got the 280 SL, but there are far more than just that and the likes of the Gullwing that we could have in this game. We should have in this game more, to the point. Because, you know, classic Mercedes are some of the best cars ever. Imagine the 600 grosser in this game, that'd be insane. A giant of a car. We're actually catching up to the Mustang up front, despite that having way more power than us. Oh no, it's pulling away again. Interesting to have stock races like this where you have to be from a certain era, certain classes of car, all stock. To see how people really can compete, because obviously driver's cars aren't going to be as competent as normal drivers, or at least you won't get crashed into on the first corner. They do on multiplayer games so often. Let's see if we can get past this V12 BMW. Again, a car with more power than me, also more weight. Where are you going? You didn't have to react that badly. So yeah, this is another car that I've come to appreciate with the expansion. Never really a fan of it in previous games, but you know, for whatever reason, maybe it's because I'm older, more mature, whatever, or more respectful of cars in general. But yeah, enjoying these kind of Porsches more than I have done previously. Plus I've really come to respect how they sound. Yeah, really like that. Never want to change up. Can't really take liberties with one of these cars though, because even though the handling is there, some of the times when you push it a little bit too far, it will snap. Because yeah, you've still got that massive engine right up the back. If that turbo comes on at the wrong time, then you're really going to be all over the place, as many people have found out with these cars at the time or even now. that's for sure. Again, we're going to get a convincing lead. Might have to put the difficulty up again if the next couple of races after we finish the Origin is as easy as this. So obviously we're going to be dealing with different cars. Should hopefully be getting into newer cars as well. We've got the 944 next, probably. Then we've also got the likes of the 959, which, you know, was the fastest Porsche for nearly 2 decades. Feels rather cramped in this, but maybe it's just the way the camera is positioned. I feel like we're quite up to against the steering wheel, to be honest. I don't think I could ever confidently drive one of these fast in real life, especially these older models. Scared of it crashing it. Being as expensive as they are, you certainly wouldn't want to do that. Right, another convincing win. Hopefully the next race will be a bit more difficult. So where are we next? Nürburgring GP. Good track. So yeah, see you when we get there.
The great thing about the influx of turbo technology in today's street cars is that Porsche has been building turbo cars since the 70s. Reinforcement of torque, efficiency, smaller displacement engines is a lot of reasons that turbos are sort of today's choice in a lot of high performance cars.
Yeah, well, they might be the choice for a lot of high performance cars, but they don't half ruin the sound of cars a lot of the time. I've only really found a couple of cars lately that have been sounding good while having turbos, like that Merc and recent Ferraris, like the 488 and the California T. They've somewhat, the Merc more so, but the Ferrari has sort of retained its engine noise despite the turbos. I'll still say that Merc AMG, what is it, GT, whatever it's called, along with the coupe version, has the best sounding V8 I've ever heard while coupled with turbos. Because you can barely hear them, and yet you've got the added bonus of having them as well. So no engine noise is ruined, but the advantages of turbos as well. So all the advantages and none of the disadvantages as far as I'm concerned, which is great. But then again, there's cars like this as well that have a turbo, and it's not ruined the engine noise either. So it can be done. It's just companies like BMW seem to be incapable of doing so as far as I'm concerned. Two BMWs leading. Just following that BMW right the way off. They go all the way off like he did. Right, just catch up to that M1 now. Which is a better handling car than mine, and I think it's just as fast, if not faster. So it doesn't have a big engine right over the rear, behind the rear wheel either, so let's get interior and concentrate on catching him up. I'm blind. There's another thing we should have. Button to flip down your sun visor. find it odd that this car only has a 4-speed gearbox. I know a 5-speed eventually came into it in the late 80s, but it seems kind of weird for a car that's got a turbocharger. You'd expect to have more gears so you can be on that turbocharger as often as possible. Because that is what gives it the bulk of its power after all. Steering again, and a new badge unlocked. Not that I care. Don't really ever bother with changing them, to be honest. Come on, gonna catch him, surely. I know I have more power than he does, but he's got less weight and better handling as well, because yeah, that was made for racing, even though it never really got to race that much. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh dear, there's the oversteer I was on about. Pendulum effect with this car. Don't quite know why the 914 races didn't have various other cars in those races. Maybe there wasn't enough choice, I don't know. It's fair to say that there aren't all that many cars from the 60s and 70s that have that kind of power that it does. I wish we had more 70s classic cars, to be honest, because there are a great many missing, including 911s from the 70s. I know we had one in Forza 4 that I really rather liked. I can't remember the name of it, but I know it was around the early 70s and it wasn't a turbo version. I think it was a lightweight version of the 911. It was certainly quick, and it certainly made a good noise as well. I think it was a Carrera. Oh, he's understeered. How have you done that? I don't know, with the handling on that car. But gave me an easy pass nonetheless. Finish it on the outside. Does have a great engine, that M1 though. Inline 6 in that car is a dream. well, a bit more close in terms of racing. Certainly didn't have myself catching up to the M1 until the last lap. But 4 pretty good races, and we've finished the Origin as well. I didn't think it would be fair to just leave it at the 914 races, because even though I had fun driving them, they aren't the most exciting races in the world, being in a car that isn't all that quick. But yeah, treated you with the 911 as well. And that's done. Early years. 1955 Porsche 550, 1957 Porsche 356A, the 1960 Porsche 71860, the 1970 Porsche 914/6, and the 1980 Porsche 911 Turbo.
You've
Done and
completed
dusted.
the Origin era, showcasing the beginnings of the Porsche legend. Next, we'll explore Porsche's evolution.
So, Porsche Evolution. May as well take a look at it first, before we go. If it doesn't take forever to load, like it usually does. Come on, ain't got all day.
As the tastes of the world evolved, Porsche evolved with them. A performance car had to excel not just at the track, but in comfort on the open road. With Porsches now being sold around the world, the brand expanded with new models, including the first supercar. Faster, faster, faster. Racing technology began to outpace human reflex. Engine power swelled with massive turbochargers and larger displacement. The surprisingly versatile 911 would win endurance championships, road races, and even the Paris-Dakar Rally. Experience gained from huge race success filtered into the technology of all Porsche models, continuing the tradition of building cars that felt as at home on a track as they did on the road.
So yeah, we'll be in building innovation. Let's see.
Turbocharging engines was nothing new to the world of motorsport. But Porsche had to completely reinvent their technology to get the most power out of their engines. New drivetrains had to be built, and new technologies invented. The cars in this series were engineered from the ground up, building a formula for success.
So yeah, we'll be in the 1987 Porsche 959 in the next episode for the first couple of races. I'm really looking forward to driving that because I love that car. I've not raced in it yet, so yeah, we'll see you when we're in the next episode. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.